we are going to solve some problems using these theorems. So this theorem is important to solve those problems. So we should know what the theorem are and where we can use to solve the given problem. So the midpoint theorem says the line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and is equal to half of it. So I'm going to draw a triangle now. So let me use different colors. So I'm going to use this color. So this is triangle. So you can see that it has 3 line segments and 3 vertices. Okay, the line segment join the midpoints. Let's say we have a midpoint here and the midpoint is here. So I'm going to join these 2 midpoints. Okay, this theorem, this midpoint theorem says this line segment is parallel to this third side. This is parallel to this. Not only that, it is also half of it. That means I can name it A, B, C. Let's give name for this triangle, and I'm going to give name for this line segment also. Okay, so they are telling ED is parallel to BC. You take any triangle, you connect the midpoint of any 2 sides. Okay, you join that, then that will be parallel to the third side. So parallel. This is one property, and another property, another thing, it says that it is equal to half of it. That means if it is 10, it will be 5. So this is half of it. So you can write BC is twice ED, or you can say ED is equal to half of BC. So this is midpoint theorem. Okay, midpoint theorem applies for all the triangles. So all the triangles. So what is the converse of midpoint theorem? The line drawn through the midpoint. So I'm going to draw again one triangle now. Okay, so let's take this triangle. Let's name it A dash, B dash, C dash. So this theorem, a line drawn through the midpoint of one side. So I'm going to draw a line through the midpoint of this side. Okay, and of a triangle parallel to another side. So this side with this side, it is parallel. So I'm going to draw a line like that, line segment. So they are telling the converse of midpoint theorem says that it is parallel to another side, bisect the third side. That means it bisects the third side. So that means if whole length is 10, then it would be 5 and it would be 5. So that means this is the midpoint. So this is the converse of midpoint theorem. So next thing we are going to learn Pythagoras theorem. We know this already. What is Pythagoras theorem? In a right angle triangle. So the right angle, the triangle should be in a right angle. So I'm going to draw a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means it has right angle as one angle. So this is right angle here. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other 2 sides. That means if it is a triangle ABC, then AC square, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. That means sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. Okay, so AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So converse theorem says in a right angle, in a triangle, if squares of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides, then the angle opposite to the first side is a right angle. It is a converse theorem. It says if this is true, then the triangle should be a right angle triangle. For example, if you have a 5 here and 4 here and 3 here, let's check whether this right angle is a this triangle is a right angle triangle or not. So I'm going to square hypotenuse side. Sorry, you cannot say this is hypotenuse because we have a triangle, but let's check whether this is right angle triangle. So I'm going to square one side. I'm going to sum the square of the other two sides. Let's check whether it is equal. Okay, so 25 is equal to 4 square is 16 plus 3 square is 9. So 25 is equal to 25. That means this triangle is a right angle triangle because it satisfies the this equation. So this is converse, so we can use converse theorem. So we are going to learn rectilinear figure also. A plane figure made up of entirely of line segments is called a rectilinear figure. That means a plane figure, it is a two-dimensional figure. You can see everything is a two-dimensional figure. It is not three-dimensional. Okay, it does not have it has only height and length. It does not have depth. I can say like that. So these all are plane figure. A plane figure made up of entirely of line segments is called a rectilinear figure. So this is rectilinear figure. You can see that everything is a line segment. It has vertices and line segments. So everything is a rectilinear. Even this one is a rectilinear figure. Okay, but let's check whether it has line segments. Yes. So this is made up of entirely line segments. It does not look like line segment, but it is a line segment. Okay, so even this one is also rectilinear figure, entirely made up of line segments. So you can say that rectilinear figure can be simple one. Let's say which is closed or open. This is open curve because the starting point does not match with the end point. It does not coincide. So this is open curve. This is closed curve because the starting point connect the end point. So this is closed curve. But a simple curve, the line segment does not cross each other. Do you see any line segment cross like this? No. Okay, so this is simple curve. This is not a simple curve. You can see that these two line segments cross each other. So this is simple closed curve, you can say, because it is it does not cross and it ends the starting point and end points, end vertex joins together. So this is simple. What about this one? Can you say this is simple? Yes, because it does not cross. Okay, can we say this is closed? Yes, this is closed. Okay, so this is rectilinear figure. So in rectilinear figure we are going to concentrate on polygon. Polygon means polygon is a simple closed rectilinear figure. That means it should be simple, it should be closed. So this is polygon. You can say this is polygon. Can we say this is polygon? Yes, this is polygon. Can we say this is polygon? No, because it's not simple, so you cannot say this is polygon. This is polygon. Okay, because it is closed and simple, so it's not polygon, it is not closed. Okay, but it's simple. You can say, is this polygon? Yes, it is a polygon because it is simple one, it is a closed one. So in polygon we need to learn this definition. What is the diagonal of a polygon? Diagonal of a polygon, line segment joining any two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. So the line segment joining any two non-consecutive. So this is consecutive with this one. Okay, so you cannot say that you cannot put a diagonal here. Okay, so can we put a diagonal here? Yes, because we are not joining these two, we are joining this one. This is non-consecutive vertices, so we can join that. This is a diagonal, so you can draw this diagonal. So okay, so can we draw a diagonal here? Yes, we can draw a diagonal here. Can we draw a diagonal here? Yes, because it's not consecutive. Can we draw a diagonal here? Yes, we can draw. Okay, you can draw like this. I can even draw like this because it is not consecutive. I can draw like this also. This is consecutive, not consecutive vertices. So you can make a diagonal like this. But what is convex polygon? What is convex polygon? All the interior angle of a polygon are less than 180 degree. Okay, so that means you know the straight line has which angle? 190 degree angle. So the straight line has 180 degree angle. That means polygon can be called convex polygon if all the interior angles of a polygon are less than 180 degree. That means okay, the consecutive line segment should not be like a line segment. So it should have like this. Okay, let me draw clearly. Okay, so this is convex polygon because you can see that everything will be less than 180 degree. So what is concave polygon? What about this one? Do you have less than 180 degree here? No, it is more than 180 degree here. Okay, so this cannot be convex polygon. So this polygon is called concave polygon. So this is more than 180 degree. This is all these are less than. If anyone, even if anyone is greater than 180 degree, then that polygon is called concave polygon. So concave polygon. So we are going to see the next one. So exterior angle of a convex polygon. What is exterior angle of a convex polygon? If we produce a side of a polygon, the angle it makes with the next side is called the exterior angle. We know that we can call every triangle as a polygon. That means we know the polygon definition. So this triangle is a polygon, rectangle is a polygon, pentagon is a polygon, hexagon is a polygon. I forgot to tell you the types of triangle. I will tell that now. Okay, so you have these many polygon here because when it has 3 sides we call it a triangle. When it has 4 sides it's a quadrilateral. When it has 5 sides it's a pentagon. 6 sides means hexagon, 7 sides means heptagon, 8 sides mean octagon, 9 sides means nanogon, 10 sides means decagon. So we have this polygon right now. Okay, you can even increase the sides and you can say that is a polygon. Okay, it should be a line segment, simple closed. It should be simple closed rectilinear figure. Then you can call that as a. So what is the exterior angle of a convex polygon? So let's take this polygon. If we produce a side of a polygon, this is one side, so I'm going to produce that. Produce the angle it makes. This angle it makes with the next side is called. So this is one side. Next side is this one. Okay. So this angle is called exterior angle. Exterior angle. Okay. So if you have a hexagon. Okay. So I'm going to produce a side. Then it makes an angle with the next side. This is called exterior angle. What would be exterior angle plus interior next angle? it should be 180 degree. Do you agree? Adding these two, this is interior, next angle, this is exterior angle. Adding these two, you will get 180 degree, isn't it? This is 180 degree. So regular polygon, a polygon is called a regular polygon if all its sides have equal length and all its angle have equal size. So that means when can we say that a polygon is a regular? When it has all the sides are equal. We know it starts from a triangle. So in which triangle we can say it's a regular polygon, a regular triangle. So equilateral triangle. So we know what is a equilateral triangle. In equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. Since all the sides are equal, all the angles will be equal. So equilateral triangle, you can say that this triangle is a regular polygon. What about square? Okay, let's consider this as a square. All the sides are equal in square. Okay, all the angles are 90 degrees. Can we say this is regular polygon? Yes, this is regular polygon. So square is a regular polygon. Can we say a rectangle as a regular polygon? No, we cannot say, because the sides are not equal. All the sides are not equal. So this cannot be, rectangle cannot be regular polygon. Rectangle cannot be regular polygon. What about pentagon? If in the pentagon, if all the sides are equal, then you can call that as a regular polygon. Okay, so what is a quadrilateral? We know polygon. What is a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral has four sides. A simple closed plane figure bounded by four line segment is called quadrilateral. In the beginning we took rectilinear figure, then we came to polygon. From polygon we came to quadrilateral now. So we are going to deal only with quadrilateral now. Quadrilateral. Okay, so what is a quadrilateral? So a simple closed plane figure bounded by four line segment is called a quadrilateral. So it should have a four. This is quadrilateral. Do you agree? Because it is simple, it does not cross. It's a closed one because starting point and end points connect together, bounded by four line segments. Do you have four line segments? What about triangle? Can you say triangle is a quadrilateral? No, you cannot say triangle is a quadrilateral because it does not have four sides. What about pentagon? Can we say pentagon is a quadrilateral? No, it does not have four sides. Instead, it has five sides. So you cannot call pentagon as a quadrilateral. So quadrilateral means it should have only four sides. Okay. So what about square? Can we say square? Can we say square is a quadrilateral? Yes, this has four sides, so you can call. What about rectangle? Can we say this is as a quadrilateral? Yes, this is rectangle. This is quadrilateral. So what is the angle property of a quadrilateral? What does that mean? So what happens when we add all the angles of the quadrilateral? Sum of the angles of all of a quadrilateral. What is the sum of the angles of a triangle? We know that we already studied that. So sum of the so when we have a triangle, so adding all the three angles, you will get 180 degree. This is for triangle. Okay. What about a quadrilateral? So that means what is the angle, sum of the angle of a rectangle or square, it should be 360 degree. Okay, so it should be 360. Adding all the angles, you should have. Okay, so this quadrilateral you can split into two triangle. So this triangle has 180 degree, and this triangle has 180 degree. So adding these two, you'll get 360 degree. So the total degree of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. What are the types of quadrilateral? Okay, so this is the types of quadrilateral. So we are not going to use this trapezium, American. It confuses, so we are going to use only. So in American, they call this figure as a trapezium, but in British, trapezium means the parallels. You should have one parallel side and another non-parallel opposite side. So we can call this as a trapezium. So we are not going to use this figure and this name. So we are going to use British English. Trapezium means it should have parallel opposite sides, and non-parallel opposite side. So one pair of parallel side, another pair of non-parallel side. Okay, you can call this as a trapezium. So what is the trapezium? Means a quadrilateral. You can say this is four sides. It has four sides. Of opposite sides is parallel, is called a trapezium. One pair of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, what is isosceles trapezium? If non-parallel sides of a trapezium are equal. So here we didn't say these two are equals in length, but we are saying these two are equal in length. So when you have like that, when you have one pair of parallel sides and one pair of equal sides, then you can call this as a isosceles trapezium. So isosceles trapezium. So that means why do we use isosceles? Where did we use in triangle as isosceles? We used isosceles in a triangle when it has two equal sides. So this is called isosceles triangle. This is called isosceles triangle because it has two equal sides. Two sides are equal. We can call that triangle as a isosceles triangle. Here also it has two equal sides, so you can call even this trapezium as a isosceles trapezium. What about parallelogram? A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so you can call this as a parallelogram because both the opposite sides are parallel. This side is parallel to this side is parallel to this side. Okay, we use this symbol when we don't want to write this big word. Whenever we write parallelogram, we can use this word. This means parallelogram. Okay, what is rectangle? What is a rectangle? If one of the angle of a parallelogram is right angle, then it is called a rectangle. So if it is if one is right angle, then another also would be right angle. All the four angle will be a right angle. So if any one is in any one angle in parallelogram is right angle, we can get the rectangle. What is rhombus? If all the sides of a quadrilateral are equal, then it is called a rhombus. You can say that the four sides are equal now. Then we can call this as a rhombus. Okay. Then what is a square? Where is square? This is square. If two adjacent sides of a rectangle are equal, if two adjacent sides of a rectangle. We are getting from rectangle. Okay, in rectangle two adjacent sides are not equal. When it is equal, you will get a square. So that means all the sides are equal here. Here in rhombus also all the sides are equal, but you don't have a right angle here. So when we have rectangle, that means it has a right angle. What about kite? Kite, a quadrilateral in which two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. You can see that two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. Okay, then it is called a kite. Okay, so we are going to see properties of all the quadrilateral. Can we see? Do you have time? Okay, we will see that and we will finish it up. Okay, so first we are going to see properties of a parallelogram. So we started with parallelogram. This is important. Okay, so properties of a parallelogram. What are the properties of a parallelogram? In parallelogram, a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. So when you have a parallelogram, okay, so if we draw a diagonal, then it divides it into two congruent triangles. That means all the sides here are equal to all the sides. That means it is congruent, means one side is equal to another side, one side is equal to another side, this side is equal to another side. So this ABCD parallelogram, here we can say that ABC, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle this ABC, we should put D here. Okay, this is ABC triangle is congruent to ADC. Okay, this is the properties of a parallelogram. This is one property. So what is the another property? In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Is it obvious? Yes, because what is the definition of a parallelogram? It has a parallel opposite. Both sides are. You can. What is? We'll read the parallelogram definition. A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. That is the definition. We said both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. But one more thing we need to note that opposite sides are equal in parallelogram. Okay, so that is another, which is the another one. In each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So suppose if you have a quadrilateral in which, so we have a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are equal, then you can call that as a parallelogram. Okay, that is the theorem. Okay, in parallelogram opposite angles are equal, so that means this angle is equal to this angle, this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, so they didn't say these two angles are equal in parallelogram. Opposite angles are equal. Okay, if each pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. Okay, that means if these two are equal, then you can call this as a parallelogram. It is a converse. Theorem of previous one. What is the another theorem? If a pair of opposite sides of quadrilateral is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. If the pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, and parallel, then you can call that as a parallelogram. Everything is obvious, you don't have to memorize anything. Okay, the diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other. the diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other. Yes, that we need to note. So if you draw another parallel diagonal here, then these two diagonal bisect each other. That means if full length is 10, this would be 5, this would be 5. Full length is 12, this would be 6, this would be 6. Okay, like that. It has like that. So this is the another theorem. Another theorem says if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. The diagonal of a quadrilateral bisect each other, okay, then it is a parallelogram. You take any other quadrilateral, you take any other. If the diagonals of it bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. It is a converse theorem of previous one. So we have seen many theorems. Everything is you have to remember one thing. So the diagonal splits the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That is obvious. The next one is you can say that opposite sides are parallel and equal in parallelogram. Okay. And the diagonals are bisect each other. Okay, so it splits into half. Okay, so properties of a rectangle. We are going to see properties of a rectangle now. Every rectangle is a parallelogram. Do you agree? Every rectangle is a parallel, therefore it has all the properties of a parallelogram. Okay, so rectangle has all the properties of a parallelogram. Apart from that, this has a special property. What is that? All the interior of angle of a rectangle are right angles. So we know what is a rectangle. So all the interior angle are 90 degree here. That's what the first property says. The diagonal of a rectangle are equal. That means the length of the diagonal of a rectangle, these two are equal. If it is 10, it would be 10. Okay, so both are equal now. So this is the special property of a rectangle. Can we see properties of a rhombus? So we have seen parallelogram property, we have seen rectangle property. We are going to see properties of rhombus. Properties of a rhombus. What is the properties of rhombus? We know what is rhombus. Rhombus has all the sides are equal. Okay, in quadrilateral. So that means you have a rhombus like this. Okay. Consider this as a rhombus. Let's give name A, B, C, D. Let's say the diagonal meets at O. This is O. This is O. Okay. Since every rhombus is a parallelogram, that means all the property of a parallelogram belongs to rhombus also. Okay. And all the sides are equal in rhombus. Okay, that's what we said. All the sides are equal. All the sides are equal in rhombus. Apart from that, the diagonal of rhombus intersect at right angles. This has a special property. What is that? Here, these two angle between the diagonal is right angle here. This is 90 degree here. Can we say this is 90 degree? No. Okay, you can't say. But this the diagonal of a rhombus, the angle between the diagonals in a rhombus is 90 degree. This is property of rhombus. Okay, the diagonal bisect the angle of a rhombus. The diagonal bisect the angle of a rhombus. So that means if you have a whole angle here, this diagonal splits this angle into two half. So this side and this angle is equal. These two angles are. So we are going to see one more properties of a square. So we have finished rhombus also. Properties of a square. What is the property of a square? Okay, since every square is a parallelogram, that means all the properties belongs to, which belongs to square also. These properties belongs to square also, because this square is also parallelogram. Do you agree? What is the parallelogram? Opposite sides are parallel. When opposite sides are parallel in quadrilateral, we can call that figure as a parallelogram. Here also in square, opposite sides are parallel. No, we can call this square is also a parallel. So square should be all sides are equal. Okay. All the interior angle of a right angle is right angle here. So since this is square, all the interior angle is 90 degree, like rectangle. All the sides are equal here. Every sides are equal here. The diagonal of a square are equal. The diagonal. So that means if you draw if you draw a diagonal, so both diagonal are equal here. Okay, the diagonal of a square intersect at right angles. This also intersect like rhombus. It also intersect at right angles. Diagonals are intersecting at right angles. The diagonal bisect the angle of a square. That means this would be 45 degree. This would be 45 degree, because the diagonal splits the angle into two half. Okay, so these are the properties of parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square. This is necessary to solve some problems. So we will see in next class we will see some problems. We'll see some theorems on area, and we will solve using that theorem and these theorem. We are going to solve some problems. Okay, thank you.